Imagine waking up inside a dark prison, not knowing what's about to happen, not knowing who's in control. And the strangest part, none of these people were criminals. Everything you're about to see was part of a real psychological experiment. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo wanted to answer a terrifying question. Are human beings naturally cruel? Or can certain situations turn ordinary people into monsters? The experiment took place at Stanford University. Inside the basement of the psychology building, they built a fake prison, cells, hallways, bars, security cameras. Everything was designed to feel real. 24 college students volunteered for the study. Every participant was psychologically evaluated. None of them had violent tendencies. None showed signs of mental illness. They were completely normal people. Then, the students were randomly divided into two groups. One group became guards, the other, prisoners. And that simple decision changed everything. The guards received uniforms, dark sunglasses, batons. Meanwhile, the prisoners lost their names. Now they were only identified by numbers. At first, everything felt like a game. But during the very first night, the guards began asserting real authority, and the atmosphere started to change. Something strange started happening. The students playing the guards stopped pretending. The power slowly began changing their personalities. The prisoners were constantly ordered around, humiliated, punished for small mistakes. Some were deprived of sleep, others were forced to obey meaningless commands. After only a few days, some participants began emotionally collapsing. One prisoner cried uncontrollably, another suffered a panic attack, some completely stopped speaking. And the most disturbing part was that the participants themselves started forgetting it was only an experiment. The fake prison began to feel real. But the students weren't the only ones changing. Philip Zimbardo himself started behaving less like a scientist and more like the prison director. At one point, the prisoners tried to rebel. They blocked the cell doors, refused to follow orders, but the guards responded with even more aggression. The guards slowly stopped seeing the prisoners as human beings. Instead, they saw them as objects, as inferior. And that's what makes this experiment so terrifying. The experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks. It didn't survive even one. On the 6th day, a researcher entered the prison and was horrified by what she saw. That was the moment Zimbardo realized he had lost control. The experiment was shut down immediately. Years later, many psychologists criticized the experiment. Some claimed the participants were manipulated. Others argued the results were exaggerated. But even today, the story remains deeply disturbing. Because maybe the real point of the experiment was never the prison itself, but how easily ordinary people can change when given absolute power. And maybe the most unsettling part is realizing this doesn't only happen inside experiments. Human history is full of moments like this. Ordinary people, following orders, accepting roles, hurting others, simply because the environment allowed it. The Stanford Prison Experiment became one of the most famous psychological studies in history, not because it revealed monsters, but because it revealed how easily monsters can emerge from ordinary people. And maybe that's the most uncomfortable truth of all. If you're fascinated by the strange side of human behavior, you'll probably enjoy what comes next.